is the QTV Nightly News, which is also on Q Radio 103.3 FM, and I am Loliam Kamara. Thank you for joining us. Here are the headlines. His Excellency President Adama Barrow on Thursday delivered the State of the Nation address at the National Assembly in Banjul, highlighting the progress and challenges across key sectors of the economy. At the opening session of the 14th World Trade Organization Ministerial Conference on Wednesday in Cameroon, the Gambia's Vice President, Mohamed B.S. Jallow, joined global trade leaders in urging the accelerated implementation of women's economic empowerment policies. The KOPIA program on international agriculture, KOPIA, handed over farm equipment valued at $30 million to the Gambia's Ministry of Agriculture. In a bid to empower local farmers and boost food security, the Gambia Women's Chamber of Commerce, in partnership with Shelter for Life International, concluded a 3-day farmers market at the Westville Youth Monument in Cardiff Municipality. Those were the headlines. Now the news in detail. His Excellency President Adama Barrow on Thursday delivered the State of the Nation address at the National Assembly in Banjul, highlighting the progress and challenges across key sectors of the economy. Usman Jada reports.
The event united all three arms of government in a display of solidarity and national purpose. President Barrow received a warm welcome, exchanging pleasantries with lawmakers before entering the chamber. Speaker Fabakary Tombong Jatta officially opened the proceedings, paving the way for the president's address. In his speech, President Barrow reiterated his administration's commitment to consolidating achievements and fast-tracking socio-economic transformation.
In the short term, the recovery-focused National Development Plan Year 2023-2027 will continue to drive the consolidation of our gains and acceleration of the ongoing socio-economic transformation process across all development sectors.
Turning to the economy, the president highlighted steady growth fueled by a rebound in tourism, expansion in the construction sector, and increased public investment despite ongoing global challenges.
In this volatile global environment, marked by uncertainties, inflationary pressures, and geopolitical shocks, the Gambian economy continues to demonstrate remarkable resilience. Supported largely by construction, agriculture, tourism, trade, telecommunications, and other services.
On governance, he reaffirmed his commitment to transparency, the rule of law, and constitutional reform, emphasizing support for key accountability institutions. Infrastructure was also a major focus, with the president highlighting new roads, expanded electricity coverage, and enhanced water supply nationwide.
My government has made decisive reforms and investments across the energy, petroleum, and mining sectors. I am thus pleased to report that we have achieved 90% national energy access and remain on course to attain universal access by the end of 2026.
President Barrow also outlined progress in the health and education sectors, citing new facilities and reforms aimed at improving access and quality.
Mr. Speaker, this year, my administration has allocated $3.1 billion to the health sector to support ongoing expansion of primary health care, upgrading facilities, and service delivery improvement.
However, Honorable Keba Tumari Sane of Fonyi Jarol highlighted security concerns in Fonyi, particularly tensions involving Senegalese forces and MFDC fighters.
As I speak to you, Fonyi people at the border villages, they are all displaced. Did you hear mention of that on security? No one mentioned about it in the statement. So, and then now at the moment, this is affecting families. because even the women in their usual garden work, they have to run away. Imagine 2 weeks you did not water your garden. What is going to happen? And we did not hear the president mention about that. So the message what I have said, government should engage Senegal. I said this is a war that started 1982. And it was not solved. 1982 to date is how many years?
Lawmakers, including Suleiman Jame of Bundunka Kunda, welcomed President Barrow's speech, calling for the full implementation of government programs to enhance livelihoods.
Because the State of the Nation address is all about for the government, for the president to come and inform us what are the policies, the strategies, and the achievement that government is also doing. So for that being the case, he highlighted some of the challenges. So the challenges is good that we know it so that we can see how best we can collectively work towards it. Because the State of the Nation address is not about coming to talk to supporters of the government or whatever. He's coming to talk to the nation through the parliament.
President Barrow concluded with a message of unity, urging all Gambians to come together in advancing national development. Osman Jata, QTV News.
At the opening session of the 14th World Trade Organization Ministerial Conference on Wednesday in Cameroon, the Gambia's Vice President Mohamed B.S. Jallow, alongside Trade Minister Maud K. Cissé, joined global trade leaders in urging the accelerated implementation of women's economic empowerment policies. QTV's Ansumana Esonyasi is in Yaoundé and files this report.
The spotlight is on Yaoundé today as global trade leaders gather for the 14th World Trade Organization Ministerial Conference. Representatives from member states, including the Gambia, are gathering to discuss urgent challenges facing the global economy, marking the beginning of pivotal discussions for the future of international trade. This Yaoundé conference, however, couldn't have come at a more critical time for the global economy, considering ongoing conflicts and geopolitical tensions. Having arrived in Yaoundé on Tuesday evening, the Gambian delegation was warmly welcomed by members of the Gambian community in Cameroon, who greeted them waving the national flag. On behalf of the Gambian delegation, Vice President Mohamed B.S. Jallow expressed gratitude for their patriotic support. At the official opening of the MC14 Enhanced Integrated Framework Start Phase, which also marked the launch of the WTO ICT high-level event on women and trade, Vice President Jallow says the Gambia, as coordinator of the LDCs at the WTO, recognizes the significance of the event. He noted that it provides LDC representatives with a platform to outline their priorities and show how EIF Phase 3 can drive accelerated structural transformation, attract investment, and strengthen integration into regional and global markets. Vice President Jallow also joined Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala in advocating for swift implementation of frameworks adopted at MC13 in Abu Dhabi, aimed at empowering women. Dr. Okonjo-Iweala, in her speech, emphasized the urgent need for action, revealing that despite a substantial credit gap facing women-led businesses in the formal sector, the WTO has received an impressive 69,000 applications from women entrepreneurs seeking support.
The Enhanced Integrated Framework has been a key partner in helping countries seize these opportunities. This is precisely why the launch of EIF Phase 3 is both timely and strategic. It allows us not only to reflect on the achievements of the past EIF intervention at the beneficiary countries, but also to use the opportunity to reposition LDCs through the EIF Phase 3 at the heart of ongoing discussions on the future of the multilateral trade system.
Several representatives, including Dr. Thomas Stephen and Sir Chris Bryant, expressed strong support for the Gambia's position. They highlighted the critical role women play in driving global economic growth and stressed the need for increased investment to harness trade and investment as tools for prosperity and sustainable development in less developed countries.
It's all about institutional anchoring to the WTO, but at the same time, we just heard, it is equally important to strengthen the national ownership of the countries involved, because without the national ownership, we will lose the momentum.
And what is so important about the EIF, which we've been committed to from the very beginning, is that it is not about some countries telling other countries what to do or how to do it. It is owned by LDCs and run by LDCs and is enabling LDCs to prosper.
Trade reform, economic recovery and development are expected to feature prominently on the agenda in today's proceedings, which will set the tone for crucial discussions in the days ahead. Reporting from Yaoundé, Cameroon, Ansmane Sonyasi for KTV News.
The KOPIA Program on International Agriculture, KOPIA, has officially handed over farm equipment valued at $30 million to the Gambia's Ministry of Agriculture. The initiative is part of ongoing efforts to strengthen rice production, improve productivity, and enhance national food security. Usman Jada tells us more.
Reform part of broader efforts to position the Gambia within Africa's emerging K-rice belt, promoting high-quality, climate-smart rice varieties and advancing sustainable agricultural development. The handover ceremony, held under the theme Strengthening Rice Production and Productivity, aligns with the Gambia's target of achieving rice self-sufficiency by 2030. The high-precision equipment handed over includes milling machines, cultivators, seeders, combine harvesters, power tillers and water pumping machines, tools designed to reduce manual labor and enhance efficiency in rice production. KOPIA Gambia Director Dr. Kim reaffirmed the organization's commitment to supporting the country through modern farming technologies and high-yield rice varieties.
KOPIA share the Gambian government vision of achieving rice self-sufficiency by 2030. It is an ambitious but attainable goal, and it will require sustained, coordinated effort across many fronts. Among the many, the strategic need producing high-qualified seed is fundamental. Without reliable, high-quality seed, the effort to rise yield and improve food security will be limited.
Q Group Chairman Mohamed Jah, who also serves as Honorary Consul of the Republic of South Korea to the Gambia, highlighted the extensive scope of the project and emphasized the need for stronger collaboration to achieve the country's national food security goals.
But I'm just appealing that to the ministry and everybody that if we want to feed ourselves within a short time, we have to move to mechanization. That is the only way, we can feed ourselves. You moving from Banjul to here, you know that we have enough farmland. Our soil is fertile. I'm sure some countries, if they had this, they would have been singing every day. So what is left now is for us to mobilize ourselves. Nobody can feed us. Korea can just come and help, but they cannot feed us. And that is what they are doing. They are bringing their technology, they are bringing their know-how to make sure that they transfer that to us.
Beyond equipment support, the initiative places strong emphasis on sustainability, including training farmers in mechanized agriculture and maintenance of the machinery. The ceremony also featured the official opening of the new KOPIA Gambia office complex in Sapo, signaling a long-term commitment to agricultural development in the region. Beneficiaries include the National Seed Secretariat and the National Agricultural Research Institute, among others. Director General of NARI Demba Jallo expressed appreciation to KOPIA, describing the collaboration as a genuine and impactful partnership.
Rice is about dignity. And rice is a socio-economic issue. It's about our identity. So thanks to KOPIA, this is what I call genuine partnership in development. They understand us and they know what we want exactly.
Receiving the equipment, Agriculture Minister Demba Sabali underscored the critical role of development partners in transforming the sector.
Development partners play a crucial role in my ministry by providing resources, inputs, expertise and technology to enhance agricultural practice and drive sustainable growth, and their contribution includes, but not limited to, 1 is capacity building. This we cannot overemphasize. Partners have built and improved on knowledge and skills of many farmers across this country.
The event also featured 19 youth undergoing mechanized agriculture training with KOPIA Gambia, who were introduced to the minister and delegation followed by a tour and a demonstration of the newly handed over equipment. Live demonstrations saw the planting of the NSS rice fields, showcasing the machine's ability to cultivate large areas within minutes. With investments like KOPIA's, rice farming in the Gambia is steadily transitioning from manual labor to mechanized production, bringing the country closer to producing some of the finest rice, not just locally but across Africa. Osman Jata, QTV News.
We'll now go for a commercial break. When we return, we have more national news stories. Do stay tuned. Welcome back, and this is QTV News, and I am Loli M. Kamara. The chairman of Q Group and Honorary Council of South Korea to the Gambia, Mohamed Jah, has called on the Gambian private sector to play a more active role in supporting the government's 2030 rice self-sufficiency goal. He made the appeal following KOPIA's presentation of machinery valued at over $30 million to the Ministry of Agriculture.
Rice remains the primary staple in the Gambia, consumed daily by nearly every household. As a result, national demand surpasses local production, raising concerns over food security. For years, Mohamed Jah was recognized for his contributions to the Gambia's telecommunications sector and his benevolence. Today, he is championing agriculture and advocating for reduced reliance on imported rice. As Honorary Council of South Korea, he is leveraging bilateral cooperation to enhance agricultural productivity through the Korea Partnership for Innovation in Agriculture, KOPIA.
Everybody eats rice in the Gambia, and 70% minimum or 80% of the rice we eat is imported. So the government took a decision to, reverse that trend. As Consul General for South Korea, I engaged my ambassador and the South Korean government. We were fortunate to have a grant, two grants, one for seed banking and seed multiplication, and also capacity building.
Central to this initiative is mechanization, viewed as a key driver for transforming traditional farming practices. By donating modern equipment, KOPIA seeks to enhance efficiency, ease labor constraints, and boost output for local farmers.
If we have to achieve this goal, for me, I think that the most important thing is to move to mechanization because of few important reasons. One is we don't have a lot of farmers now. You come to the villages, most of people in the village, the young people especially, have moved to the towns. Only the women, most of them, age of 60 and above, go to the farm. So that means that, the manpower has reduced significantly. Secondly, also with the advent of technology, now people have moved to mechanized farming.
Beyond machinery, KOPIA is investing in research and innovation, including the development of climate-smart rice varieties that can yield up to 5 tons per hectare under optimal conditions.
The KOPIA project, among other things, the first thing is seed banking, making sure that the farmers have the right seed. The ERC7 was developed, and that's the perfect rice most farmers now are using to cultivate, and it has high yields and is very good for consumption, and also you can do 3 times a year. The second thing is mechanization. So we have been bringing a lot of equipment from Korea to move farmers to, from labor intensive.
These high yield varieties are designed to enhance resilience to climate change while significantly increasing production nationwide. The initiative further includes capacity building programs, providing technical training for farmers and ministry officials on the proper use and maintenance of the equipment, ensuring long-term sustainability of the intervention.
I know that even here you have Mr. Dabo and others, a lot of private sector have started going into, rice production, And I think it's a very lucrative business, and I'm calling on all private sector to see, there is enough farmland in the country. I think that survey was done and established. So now it's just for private sector participation. So I'm calling on all the private sector. This goal of the government can only be achieved if private sector participation is in the forefront. For me, that's my conviction. So I'm very happy, and I would like to thank those private sector players who have already seized the opportunity. What we want is by 2030, we don't import rice. We are able to eat our own Gambian rice.
With KOPIA's support and stronger collaboration between government and private sector, Mohamed Jah envisions a future where the Gambia produces more of its own rice, enhancing food security nationwide. Osman Jatta, QTV News.
In a bid to empower local farmers and boost food security in the Gambia Women's Chamber of Commerce, in partnership with Shelter for Life International, has launched a 3-day farmers market at the Wasfield Youth Monument in the Carnifing municipality. Mam Nabuka has the rest of the story.
The 3-day farmers market, held from March 24th to 26th, was designed as a strategic move to showcase a wide range of locally produced agricultural goods. These included fresh farm produce, agro-processed items, and other value-added products, all aimed at increasing the visibility and market reach of hard-working Gambian producers. Nafi Bari, president of the Gambia Women's Chamber of Commerce, elaborated on the initiative.
Tomorrow, if you want pepper, for example, or if you want sweet pepper, you know that Farmer X produces it. You can do direct contacts and get to them so that it becomes easier. It cuts the middleman out of it and provides market for the farmers.
For participating farmers, many of whom traveled from rural areas, the market provided a rare opportunity to connect directly with urban consumers and bulk buyers, while also exchanging best practices and business strategies with fellow producers. Aji Yamanjai from CRR North and Amit Drame from Madina Serigne Mas, selling processed items and fresh vegetable produce, highlighted the kind of exposure and market access such opportunities provide.
In the past, much of our hard work went to waste because we lacked a consistent outlet for our produce. Today, these markets offer more than just a place to sell. They provide opportunities to build long-term business relationships. We have expanded into a wider, more stable market where customers now reach out directly for custom orders, creating a steady and reliable stream of income.
Abdullah Dumbuya, representing EcoSoil, stood out among the stalls showcasing organic fertilizers. Speaking on the significance of the farmers market and the products on display, he shared his perspective.
This EcoSoil fertilizer, we have 3 different organic things that we combine together, which is ground powder, and then the sludge, and also the biohomosis. Last year, I visited Basse. One of our customers, he went to his kitchen and then bring the sample of onion. You see this onion since last year I harvested and I'm still having it. So you can see, and then you cannot the chemical input don't give you that duration. So many people were asking, they don't know about us. And then today, many people took my number and they say that they need it, they will contact us. So that's the opportunity, it's a market for us also.
Despite the market's success, producers called for more support, citing gaps in packaging, storage, and transport as major barriers. Many have innovative processing ideas, but lack of essential materials limits their reach to local and international markets. Manfred Bojang, Cooperative Development and Grants Officer for the Crop Hedge project of Shelter for Life International, outlined the next steps being implemented to address some of the ongoing challenges faced by local farmers.
These are matching grants that would enable them to expand their business, to go into areas that they are not able to hopefully being able to explore because of their capacity. And this is what we want to do. Sometimes it's not only the production, but the value addition aspect, the processing aspect, the storage these are areas that we also want to continue working with these people, with the beneficiaries.
The 3-day farmers market showcased Gambian produce, empowered rural farmers, and highlighted the need for continued support in packaging, storage, and transport to fully unlock the sector's growth and market potential. Mam Nabuka, reporting for QTV News.
That's all we have for you in this news bulletin. Do join us again tomorrow at 8 p.m. for another news. Thanks for watching.